Well, let's get.
Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. We are vibing with the beat. Boots and cats and boots and cats. Let's talk about crypto, folks. Hope everybody's doing great today. Welcome back to the Crypto Report. If you are watching on X, welcome. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome to you as well. Do me a favor on your way in, tap the like button, share the stream, repost it, leave a comment down below, and say hello in our live chat. I'd like to hear from all you guys, especially if you're not a spammer bot in the chat, because we do actually have a lot of spammer bots in the chat. So to my friend Cleary's Beef, thank you for cleaning up that wild spammer bot. Very, very good. Very, very good. Very much appreciative on the help there, my friends. Welcome back, guys. Let's see what we got here in the chat. Cleary's Beef, John316, Scott, Juan, Cleary's Beef, I owe you a call. WG Ray, Scott in the chat. We got David. And all you spammers, appreciate the engagement, spammers, but get out of Dodge, get out of here. We're trying to clean up our comment section, but it seems to be near impossible. That's just how it is. Let's talk about crypto, guys. Big gainers, big losers, big stories for the day. There is a lot going on. More tariff talk. A lot of drama with the president and crypto. Now, I told you guys over the last few years crypto was going to get political, but did you see it getting this political? Did you see it becoming every other story you hear about cryptocurrency has something to do with Donald Trump? You know, at first I didn't, but then as we kind of got into this election, he became the crypto president. It was clear that we were going to have a lot of overlap between the hatred for the president, and there is a lot of people that don't like the president, and then becoming hatred for crypto. And we're kind of seeing that in the media right now, which is very interesting. But what we're focused on here is crypto, and we want forward progress in crypto. And so when we see publications coming out and reporting negatively about crypto, we need to look into that. and we need to assess if there is truths or political bias in this. And unfortunately, there's always political bias when you have people talking about a president, no matter who that president is. And everybody's talking about crypto and the president. So here we go. Bitcoin versus the media, kind of a continuing trend. Now, we're clearly seeing a global shift by this point. You guys certainly have identified that. And if you haven't, well, then we got some work to do in explaining that to you. But let's talk a little bit about what's going on today, get into some of the specifics. Let me share my screen. We'll get into this beautiful, beautiful news for the day. Okay. First up, Bitcoin. Let's refresh. Let's make sure our prices are right. Sitting at 95,400, up almost 2% on the day. Bitcoin's getting a nice move. If we take a look at TradingView, let's pull that up real quick. There you go. Pulling up TradingView, we are getting a nice little move to the upside here. Now, we did not get a retest off of the 91 level, but instead we did come to that other range I was looking at, getting a test right off like 92.6, which is what I was calling out, I think, for I forget who was in the chat. Marty was in the chat yesterday asking me about trades, and I was saying 92.6, 92.5, and then I kind of redrew a line a little lower. But looks like we did test off that wick from back in early March and kind of had this retest right here on that daily candle yesterday. Now we're moving higher again and probably going to revisit just to the down, just to the undercarriage of 100K, which is kind of neat. Bitcoin dominance, finding more weekly green candles. Looking at our daily candles, yesterday was green. More continuation, seemingly to the upside. For Bitcoin dominance, we do have some memes like Pepe getting a little bit of a recovery versus Bitcoin. We've got Solana that was over the last few weeks making a little bit of a recovery, but fix the screen share. But now last week we ended that weekly candle a little red, and now we're kind of in another red candle here for Solana. Not that surprised with it because Bitcoin dominance is still shooting up. What I am surprised about is the strength that Pepe is actually showing right now. Pepe is showing more strength versus Bitcoin right now than Solana is. That being said, Solana didn't fall as far versus Bitcoin. So that's kind of the reality of the situation you got to look at. Context matters, folks. Context matters. How's it going, BSS? How's it going, David? How's it going, Jess? Yeah. Yeah, Jess, I agree with you. Spammers are a win-lose situation. To be honest with you, I wish that they didn't come around. I'd rather have organic engagement than fake engagement 100% of the time, because then we can actually have a conversation. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, Crypto Keeper got a TARS AI video yesterday. Of course, yes, that was a sponsored video, but sponsored video or not, I mean, that seems like a play, I guess. It is an AI crypto project backed by the Solana Foundation. It does seem pretty bullish to me. And so I reported on all that, what was going on. And again, we're always going to tell you guys when we have sponsored content and be transparent with you guys there. Thanks, Cyril. Okay, so we looked at a couple of these charts. Let's look more at these markets. What's up? What's down today? Virtuals Protocols up today. Floki is up today. Bitcoin Cash, Hyperliquid, a couple 5+% gainers. Nothing is going crazy right now today. What is Solayer? This probably, what is this, a layer 2 solution for Solana? Where is it? Here we go. It's the first hardware accelerated blockchain that offloads blockchain components onto programmable chips. Oh, this is its own Blockchain. They took the first 4 letters of Solana. Solaire. Wow. Tricky. I bet you a bunch of people think this has something to do with Solana. Anyway, there are random coins that pop up. Know nothing about that one. I gotta look more if that is. That looks a lot like it. Honestly, it looks a lot like Solana. So I wonder if it's got an association or if it's just a copycat liquidity grab. We'll see. We'll see. That's crypto. Guys, can you believe that there's 14,580,000 cryptocurrencies in existence now? How unbelievable is that? How unbelievable is that? But yeah, we do have a lot of coins that are obviously up over the last 7 days. We've got a lot of coins that are kind of going up today. Our total market cap, let's take a peek at that real quick. Getting more strength, you know, finding a nice little bounce off of these previous week or daily candles over here. Little bounces there, continuing to move to the upside. Next level of resistance for total market cap, somewhere around the 3 trillion, call it, you know, 304. That's going to be resistance, just like we're going to see Bitcoin probably find resistance at 99.8. Now, if we blast through and just go right through and just immediately go for bullish retest, let's say we come through and immediately go for bullish retests. Woo, that would be really, really bullish. That would be great. And, you know, Standard Charter believes we're going to have new all-time highs before the end of Q2. So, you know, a couple months left, 2 months left before the end of Q2. Maybe we are due for a rally. I saw some people saying, you know, Fed's going to have rate cuts this month. No, they're not. I don't know why people are saying that. We're not going to have a rate cut this month. If you look at the data, you'll see that, you know, 93% chance that we're not. This is one guy I follow on X. He tweets a lot and just spreading fake information. I don't even want to call him out, but careful for fake information. There's a lot of fake information, guys. Looking at the real odds, it's 93% chance we're not going to get a rate cut from the Fed. So anybody that's telling you that right now, I don't know what they're looking at. I don't know why they would give people false hope of a rate cut. You know, yeah, we want an altcoin season, but no, we don't want false hope. We want real thoughts with real odds behind it. Today we do have a couple losers. Deep Book down, Trump coin down a little bit. Can't pump forever. Had a nice pump after that dinner deal came out. You know, not really that surprised. This thing was pumping 78% of the last 7 days. When these things pump, guys, I tell you, when you see these things pumping, they're profit-taking opportunities if you just so happen to be in these plays, okay? But let's look at some of the news. We've seen this photo of these folks in the bleachers with these American flags over their head in trouble. Consumer confidence plunges for 5th straight month, but the S&P 500 is up to 55.48, climbing higher again. Big discrepancy with Amazon and the president, and we're going to get into this presidential crypto controversy soon. There's a photo of Jeff Bezos, the leader of Amazon, holding up some kind of phone. There was reports that Amazon was planning on displaying tariff impacts on price increases. So apparently this news was coming out that Amazon was going to start showing what the markups were on products, which, you know, I don't see the problem with that. Don't you want to know what the impacts of tariffs are? But, you know, anyway, Trump complained to Jeff Bezos before Amazon said it scrapped the idea to display tariff costs. So the White House press secretary calling it a hostile political act by Amazon. Amazon later clarified that there was that the plan to show tariff surcharges was never approved and it's not going to happen. But this was the plan. Amazon reportedly planning to display the cost of President Donald Trump's tariffs next to the total price of products on the site. I could definitely see how that is political. I could definitely see how that's just like total transparency. I don't really have a problem with that. I see the argument from both sides, but at the end of the day, like, are the prices higher? Don't you want to know how much? Well, me too. So I don't know, you know, I don't know. But, you know, here you go. This tariff concern has a lot to do with the crypto market, because as people are more scared of tariffs, they tend to get a little more skittish towards markets. They're a little more fearful towards markets. There's a little less risk on appetite, which could potentially be tough for Bitcoin, though we are seeing a nice move to the upside for Bitcoin here. We've had a couple short squeezes recently. We had a little bit of a long squeeze last night, kind of dipped back down overnight. We're coming back up again today, but I want to remind you guys that, we are heading in the right direction now. Now April is up 15%, a pretty decent April, higher than the average price appreciation for our normal Aprils. And we've got, what do we got? January, February, March, April. We've got 2 days left, today and tomorrow, in the month of April. And we're up 15% despite, all the tariff fears and things like this that are going on. But on top of the tariff controversies with this president, you know what? Here you go. It's such a bummer. I just want to show you this. If you look at what's going on right now, and I just search crypto news, let's look at crypto news. With Trump in power, foreign crypto companies make inroads into the U.S. Trump's crypto push could raise global risks, Bank of Italy says. We've got a lot of crypto news today that has to do with the Don, okay? And a lot of these have a little bit of a negative connotation. This is a guy with a hood up. It's the head of Tether. Tether's gotten a lot of flack. Tether is now going to potentially be able to operate here in the U.S., and we're kind of warming up to Tether to kind of continue the crypto competition here happening within the country, which I think is a good thing. The New York Times thinks, it's not. You've got other stories like this, the Trump administration's first 100 days. This story pops up when you search crypto news because a big part of, crypto news right now has to do with secret deals, foreign investments, presidential policy changes, the rise of Trump's crypto firm, and then here you have like a Bitcoin with a presidential seal laid over it, like they're intertwined and seemingly painting it as a bad thing. And look, the meme coin's certainly dirty. Okay. The meme coin's certainly dirty. People don't really like that the president launched a meme coin and is hosting a dinner and then going to make money off of it and all these things. And I can get behind all that. Okay. But it's good to have a pro crypto president if you like crypto. The unfortunate thing is the media is going to take the negative things happening with this presidency, like the meme coin launch and Tether, because we've always hated Tether. The media has always hated Tether. And we're latching onto these and going to push this narrative out. Secret deals, foreign investments, big scandal, headlines. Bitcoin versus the media, guys. I got it in the title because, if you're getting tangled up in this drama, in this tabloid, secret deals and all these things with maybe we do want to look at some of these things and make sure that the president isn't getting sold out to crypto companies. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But let's not drag down the entire crypto industry with a couple actions from the president. He's doing a lot of good things for crypto, and he's doing a lot of things that people don't like with crypto, like the meme coin and a lot of things. So, man, it's kind of just a bummer that they're intertwined, but they are intertwined. Daryl Young says, yep, Amazon will be showing the tariffs on each project on the website. I don't think they're going to do it. I think that was what I was just reading, is they're not going to do it. But no, I think it's good. Lieutenant Crispy says, good day from your Canadian neighbor. How you doing, Canada? We're cooked over here by the looks. You don't like your guy? I don't know anything about your guy. You don't like your guy? I saw your guy was elected. Saw you had a guy still in power or put into power. Very interesting. Yeah, you know how to avoid that? Yeah, don't launch a meme coin. Yeah, especially if you're the president. Yeah, exactly. But again, like a lot of news stories going on with this president and his family. Eric Trump confirms crypto payments will be allowed for Trump Tower in Dubai. So now you got Trump Tower allowing crypto payments in Dubai, which Dubai is a very pro-crypto place. I don't think that's a big deal. I think that's, a business that could have some crypto payments. But again, all these headlines. Here we go again. An event with Donald Trump Jr. in Bulgaria. Look at these awesome Dolce & Gabbana clothes. Wow. These ads. Why would I want to buy that, Reuters? An event, Donald Trump Jr. in Bulgaria. Crypto firm Nexo announces the U.S. return. So Nexo is coming back to the USA. Maybe we're going to have Binance come back to the USA. Let's see what happens. We've got, well, anyway, Coinbase to launch institutional fund offering yield on Bitcoin. Again, more stories of crypto heading in the right direction. I hate these ads where you got to pay for these subscriptions. You can always find the stories without paying for the subscriptions, guys. Never pay for these subscriptions on these news publications because they're usually just spinning a bunch of lies for you anyway. Whether they're, I don't like mainstream media, period. I don't like any of them. Left, right, up, down, center. I'm a skeptic at every corner, guys. And I look at the news and I digest it according to common sense. I hate some things that the president's doing. I like some things that the president's doing. But I'm going to take each issue and look at it. Right? But when it comes to crypto, even though we're getting tangled up in the mess that is the political drama with the president, BlackRock Bitcoin ETF buys another 970 million in Bitcoin, and inflows are surging again. And continued investments from BlackRock's ETF may provide structural support for Bitcoin's price appreciation. Yeah, I mean, these ETFs are diamond-handed situations. And we've got Michael Saylor accumulating this stuff heavily over time. We've got new firms getting propped up that are going to be accumulating these things steadily over time. You've got a lot of big money buying this crypto stuff consistently over time. And I want to share this with you guys as well. The President Trump's executive director, Bo Hines, did an interview where he was talking about Bitcoin becoming the superpower of the world. One of the quotes he has is, the U.S. will come up with, quote, extremely creative ways to accumulate more Bitcoin. So when we were all bummed out that we didn't see a strategic national reserve for Bitcoin that included a plan to accumulate Bitcoin here in the U.S., I want you to remember that we are going to see at some point the U.S. accumulate crypto and Bitcoin, and they're going to do it in extremely creative ways. They're going to do it in extremely creative ways. They're going to be buying Bitcoin. This is what White House representatives are saying with confidence in very public interview settings. Let's see if it comes through. But yeah, and then we've got more laws coming now in the UK. New crypto asset rules to drive growth and protect consumers. Clear new rules give investors confidence and protect consumers. Chancellor also reveals discussions about with U.S. about supporting the use and responsible growth of digital assets as government works in national interest to drive growth. Plans for change. So looking at this a little bit, firms offering services for crypto assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum will be subject to new clear rules, boosting investor confidence and driving growth. Around 12% of UK adults now own or have owned crypto, up from just 4% in 2021. So we still have a lot of room for growth. Only 12% of UK adults. A lot more room for growth. Under these new rules, crypto exchanges, dealers, and agents will be brought into the regulatory perimeter, cracking down on bad actors while supporting legitimate innovation. Crypto firms with UK customers will also have to meet clear standards of transparency, consumer protection, and operational resilience, just like firms in traditional finance. Steps in the right direction. Crypto is going mainstream. It's getting legitimized across the globe. Are you guys talking about the Canadian government bodies? I don't know anything about it up there. I don't know anything about Canada. I know there's poutine. And you guys got great fishing. Niagara Falls is pretty cool. And hockey's neat. And you guys have awesome outdoors. Awesome outdoors. And your people are so nice. Yeah, I like your people. Very nice. Very nice people. I like these people. I like these people a lot. Fishing is awesome, Lieutenant Crispy. Oh, Mr. Beefy likes some fishing. I know that. What's Fire Snack? Anyway, guys. Things are doing well. Scott Aving says, do you think VVS will be good with CRO potentially going up? Yeah, I mean, give me a bull market and VVS can have some kind of comeback. Definitely not my focus these days. A little more focused on the blue chips. Now that crypto's a lot more established, I am definitely focused on the big dogs. On the big dogs. USA-based coins. XRP, Solana, Dogecoin, Cardano, SUI, Chainlink, Avalanche. Maybe no crypto taxes on these puppies. Woof, woof. Skawsome in the chat. Can't wait to see how CRO ETF does. It's probably going to do pretty good, Skaw. It's probably going to be awesome, Skawsome. Aha. Appreciate the super chat, Skawsome. How you doing, brother? Thanks for that super chat. Black's he going to shave his head soon? I don't think so. I don't think so. My mom doesn't like my shaved head. She told me so last night. I had a bad dream about it because my mom doesn't like my shaved head. Oh, 32 years old. My mom's getting in my head. Oh, gosh. Oh, jeez. One thing about the shaved head is I'm in sales for my day job, and I was curious if it would impact my sales. Is it going to help my sales? Is it going to hurt my sales? Is it going to help my sales? Is it going to hurt my sales? I don't know. I've had a few meetings this year. I'll let you know. Marty, you should do that and post it on X. Yeah, by the way, if you guys want to do some trading for yourself, you could sign up for Blowfin. You get some free XRP when you deposit some money if you want to check it out. You get up to a $5,000 deposit bonus when you sign up for Blowfin using our link. I think it's fun to trade. Daryl says bald guys are pretty honest. They got nothing to hide. That's what I'm saying, man. And I'm honest to a fault. I am honest to a fault. I got you, Lieutenant Crispy. What is up? What is that logo of yours, by the way? Is that like a hash brown? What is that? Appreciate it. Yeah, I got a little domey. I got a little dome. But I don't care. Look at this. Look at my bald brethren in the chat. It's great. That's a little chicken nugget. Yeah, this is what I did. I just did one of these this morning. That's what I did. Oh yeah, if I didn't have dark eyebrow, I wouldn't have done it. I would have gotten a hair transplant for sure if I didn't have dark hair. Yep, Bitcoin's slipping a little bit back in the red for the day. I do like it, Scott, but a little word of advice: keep it charged. It actually works really well dry. It works really well dry. This one is the Freebird brand. I like it a lot. I do. I like it a lot, and it gets a pretty darn close shave. I still got a little scrapies up top, but what I'll do is I'll get it as close as I can with that, and then I'll just go over it with the Bic. And what I'll do too, Scott uses it too. And then what I'll do is somebody gave me a tip, I forget who it was, to put conditioner on my head, and I'll do that. So I'll do it dry, and then I'll do like conditioner. I'll go over it again with that, and then I'll go over it with the Bic, and then I'll have the easiest, quickest shave and less risk of nicks, and that's great. It's a great time. Look at this. We're doing a tutorial. If you want to be bald, welcome to the Bald Report. I'm Bald O'Kip. Oh, dude, you got to get a mirror in that shower. I got a great mirror in my shower. Just a little circular one so I can see my head. Suction cupped on my wall. What's my take on crypto mining stocks? They're going to pop off again. Those mining companies make a lot of money. They're pretty successful businesses. They're probably going to pop off again, but I don't know if that'd be my strategy right now. I'm more into like the Coinbase idea, or honestly even MicroStrategy. Yeah. I've had some Marathon in the past. Core Scientific. Those are some big ones. David Richardson trying to grow a ponytail. Nice. I've always wanted to do it, David. I never had. I never did. I always wanted to do it. Black Sea really did it. He could have done a ponytail. He had very long hair. Look at me flowing my non-existent hair. Glad you liked that one, Scott. Yeah, we'll do it if they ask us to do a sponsored video. Yeah. I'm glad you liked it, though. There was quite a bit of news they had going on, so they seem to be pretty legitimate. Yes, sir. Let's check out Solana here. Solana is probably my top pick in the top 10. It's probably the one that I have the most confidence in from the top 10 in terms of like, it's got a lot of views. It's got the ETF coming. It's got a lot of media attention. It's got all the memes happening on it. It's got all the influencers talking about it. It's probably the top L1. It is next to Ethereum, but even Ethereum, I talked about this the other day and said, you know, active addresses, there's like 3 million on Solana and there's only 300,000 active addresses on ETH. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see $1,000 Solana even in this bull market, to be honest with you guys. Yeah, and SUI, I'm curious about SUI too. SUI's like the next Solana in my mind. And then Cardano's always had this big promise, and I love that it's like a US-based crypto, but I don't love that the DeFi space is basically non-existent for Cardano. That's the only problem I got with it, but I am bullish on Cardano. What else is going on, Focals Pocals? So we got that potential for real. I think so. I think so. Look at XRP getting a nice move back up, back to $2.30. Are we kissing these levels goodbye? Seems to be a nice sturdy climb. Wouldn't be surprised to see us come back down to 220, do something like this. Seems like there's kind of a clear trend line going on for XRP right now where it can easily tap back down to these levels. $222. If Bitcoin slips, which I don't know. I mean, maybe Bitcoin's popping back up. Maybe that's it, guys. Guys, I am definitely flipping optimistic. Because again, I love that we had this 31% dip. That's right on schedule. That's right there. That makes all the sense in the world. Classic 30% dip for crypto and Bitcoin. Daryl says, is the whole metaverse narrative completely dead? Yeah, who's talking about that anymore? Metaverse, schmetaverse. It's dead. NFT narrative, dead. RWAs. We'll see. We'll see about the RWAs. If anything, AI is the hottest. Gaming, maybe. Gaming and AI have been pretty hot. RWA has been pretty hot in this cycle. RWA does have, you know, some real potential use case, but let's see how long it takes to adopt it. I like RWAs more than I like NFTs and more than I like metaverse stuff, because actually real world assets instead of metaverse. Pretty good. David Richardson asked, BTC to 99 or 89 first. Let's ask the chat. Where will Bitcoin go first? 88? Would you say 88 or 99? Let's see what you got to say. Vote it in the chat, folks. Vote it in the chat. A couple more votes towards 99. I got to admit, I lean 99 myself, probably. I lean 99 myself. We're a little closer to 99, and I feel we've got upward momentum. Yeah. 62% of you guys say 99. I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah, metaverse narrative. Isn't that funny? Scott Avink says, how's that dumb fart coin these days? It's pretty good. It's pretty strong. Kind of shocking. Anyway, guys, if you do want to do some trading of your own, you can sign up for Blowfin using our link. Got it pinned for you in the comments, in the description as well. Where will Bitcoin go first? 56% of you guys say 99K and 44% of you guys say 88. And yeah, I mean, I that feels about right. That vote makes sense to me. All right, guys, that's all I got for you in this one. I am Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. Thanks for tuning in. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Have a great rest of your week, everybody. Back with another live stream later today. I may or may not be able to go live on Friday, so bear with me there, guys. We'll see if we can make it happen. I got a meeting I got to get to, and it's a tricky time. So, DCA, HODL, smash a like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one, y'all. Peace.